Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me.
Yeah.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man.
Yeah.
They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Man, there's a lot that we have to talk about. And I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. The Philadelphia 76ers, they need to trade Joel Embiid. If they can. That's the if they can scenario, right? If they can, they need to trade Joel Embiid. I'm going to say it again. They need to trade Joel Embiid if they can. Because now there's tensions between the Sixers and the front office, the top dogs in the organization. So, again, the Sixers need to trade Joel Embiid, and we're going to read the articles, but I'm just thinking about everything that's been going on, right? And I just thinking from the very beginning of Joel Embiid's career. And also, Marcus Morris is keeping it 100. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let me get to the chat real quick. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. What's going on? I'm here, brother. Had to handle some family business, man. My wife just walked in the door, and I said I had to handle some family business. Shout out to Shane Butler, shout out to Ryan, shout out to A, shout out to my boy Nate Jones. They act like they don't know my name. Ain't nothing changed but the fame. I'ma stay the same. I'm Nate Jones. Who? Nate Jones. Who? No, you know Mike Jones. Mike Jones, but we got Nate Jones in the building. Nate Jones. Who? Nate Jones. Who? Shout out to Nate Jones. Hey, I'm here, brother. My brother A. My brother from another mother. My brother A. Shane, how do I watch other stream? How do I watch your other stream? What you mean? You just get off of the vertical live stream and then come to the horizontal live stream. You'll see it. Just hop out of that live stream that you're in and then hop onto the horizontal so you can get the special effects if you're interested in that. The one you're looking at down on, yeah. All you do is get off of this live stream, the vertical one. Just back out of it, and then come to the horizontal one. Just back out of that one. And go back to my channel, go to Mike Sports Vibes Baller, and you'll see two live streams at the same time. And you can or you'll see two live streams. And then the horizontal one with the thumbnail is the one that you want to click on. But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Truly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Grasshopper, shout out to y'all. But yes, Joel Embiid needs to be traded. And I'm not going to go over all his accolades, right? But I'm not going to sit here and hate on Joel Embiid and say that man is not a great player when he's healthy. I'm not going to be that fan. But I will keep it real. Shout out to Grasshopper. I will keep it real. As a Sixer fan that's been following the Sixers since Allen Iverson, right? I consider the Allen Iverson days the glory days for me. I don't go as far back as Julius Erving and Moses Malone and Maurice Cheeks and Charles Barkley and all them. I don't go that far back. So I witnessed the greatness of Allen Iverson. And I always say Joel Embiid is he's the greatest Sixer since AI. But they still got to trade him to the highest bidder. Whoever wants to take that chance and trade for him, go right ahead. But all this stuff that we have to give up a first-round pick and to trade him, if you want him bad enough, I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least 3 teams that's going to be willing to take the chance on Joel Embiid. Hear me out, y'all. I understand people saying this contract sucks, and it does. But there's going to be 3 teams at least that is going to bid. Jesus loves you all. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You definitely right about that. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Trying to get to my first 400 subscribers. We cover the Phillies and the Sixers on this channel. We cover the Sixers and the Phillies on this channel. And God bless to everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful Friday night. But let's just get straight to the article. And then I'm going to rant. And if anybody wants to join the show, y'all can join the show. Y'all could join the show and talk to me. I will put the link in the comments. If you want to talk, just let me know. Just let me know. Where should we start? Let's start with Joel Embiid, and there's tensions it's heated right now between the Sixers and the organization. Let's start there because Joel Embiid, I have a feeling that he's going to want to be traded. If this is all true that Shams is putting out there in the atmosphere, if it's all true, I think Joel Embiid is going to request a trade. And the problem with him requesting a trade is he's not going to just request a trade. He's going to request a trade to the teams that he wants to go on. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, I have a feeling, even though he really doesn't have a choice. At least I don't think he does. But yeah, man, he's gonna say a couple of teams. And I'm telling you, the Warriors is the number one option. It's gonna be a 4-team trade. It's gonna happen. I have a feeling, y'all. All right, so let's read the article by Adam Taylor. And I'm gonna get to the comments shortly. Everybody in the building, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. All right, so the Philadelphia 76ers rarely had Joel Embiid available this season. The Sixers veteran big man has been dealing with a long-standing knee injury. Yup. He received surgery in 2024, but his knee failed to respond to that surgery. Meaning, I don't think he got rest. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Something ain't right. Something wasn't right. As such, Embiid was shut down for the remainder of the current season. He's scheduled to undergo arthroscopic surgery on his knee. The hope is that he can return to the rotation next season. That is crazy. That the hope is like the hope, that the false hope. You know what I mean? The false hope that we have is crazy that people have, but he's such a great player when healthy. You got to have some type of hope. However, according to ESPN Shams, Embiid in the Sixers front office have butted heads on how best to approach injury throughout the season. Now, if that is true, and honestly, I think it is true. Wow, that's crazy. There was some tension there between Joel Embiid and the front office from my understanding, Shams said on April the 3rd episode of NBA Today. Episode 3 of NBA Today. The team believed he needed to play at some point of the season, that he needed to get his conditioning right through playing and getting better that way. He felt like he needed surgery. He ends up getting surgery. So it's like the team wanted him to get, you know what I mean, like in shape by playing the game. And Joel Embiid's pretty much saying, I'm not right. I think I need surgery. And that's exactly what he's doing. And he's getting surgery. So that's a big red flag right there. You got your superstar player, the best player on your team, saying that he's not right. And the Sixers front office is saying, you just got to play through it. And you can get healthy that way. You can get better conditioning that way. All right, so that's just not good. Embiid has dealt with injuries throughout his career. At the age of 31 years old, those injury problems are likely to continue. Of course, the hope is that he become more manageable, especially if the upcoming surgery is a success. How many surgeries are you going to get on your body, on your knee specifically? Nevertheless, the Sixers need Embiid at his best in order to contend for a championship. Therefore, it makes sense that there was some pushback on how best to deal with his recovery. Now, and I'm hearing that he went to a whole bunch of specialists to get all these different opinions. First opinion, second opinion, third opinion, fourth opinion, 20th opinion on his knees, man. I mean, You might be done, Joel Embiid. I'm not saying you can't come back, and I hope you do. But I hope you don't come back in a Sixer uniform. I'm keeping it real. I don't want Joel Embiid to play another game in the Sixer uniform. And people are going to say, Mike, I can't believe you're saying that. You're saying that about your favorite player on the team? Yes, I am. The man has not been healthy, and I am so tired of saying when healthy a player is the best in the game. I'm so tired of having the feeling of that we have a chance to be a contender in the Eastern Conference and potentially get a freaking championship since 1983. It's been 40 plus years and everything is built around Joel Embiid, and this man has not been healthy for his whole entire career. And part of it is his fault. And I'm going to get to it shortly. But he needs to be traded, and I hope the best. But my goodness, not against us, but I do hope the best for him. Trade him, please. Do not hesitate. Front office was, you already, man. The front office has to be, I don't know what's going on with the front office. The front office is terrible when it comes to the Sixers organization. And nobody is perfect when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to drafting and all that. But when it comes to Joel Embiid and how he's always hurt, something ain't right. The man is always hurt. And then I'll be scared when he falls on the ground. Every time Joel Embiid falls on the ground, I'm like, damn, is the man going to get up? And then when he grabs his knee, and he's wincing in pain when he jumps and lands on his legs. I mean, hey, you can't play basketball if you wincing, if you're jumping. I mean, you might need to start playing like Jokic. When Jokic don't really jump all like that, and he's the best center in the game, hands down. Not saying he has to be a facilitator like Jokic, but that's what makes Joel Embiid so great, because he's so explosive. What he was explosive when it comes to dunking the ball and driving to the rim and being explosive when it comes to defense. But I don't know, man. Something has to give, and I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? Philadelphia 76ers star Joel Embiid will undergo. I already read that. All right, so Embiid was ruled out for season. I already read all that last live stream. But yeah, that's what's happening right now, y'all. And it really sucks. This whole season was a straight up dud, and I'm so irritated that the Sixer fan base had to go through this whole entire season. The Sixer fan base was so hype. We went from contenders to pretenders, but we went from contenders to pretenders the first 10 games of the season. Do y'all realize how bad the season started? Like, my goodness. So, and then I don't like the front office because they're not being real with the Sixer fans. If Joel Embiid is hurt, if Joel Embiid can't play for a certain amount of time, let's be real with the fan base. Give them the option to be like, yeah, if I pay for these season tickets and spend my hard-earned money, yeah, for these games, it's no point in me even going because I know Joel Embiid ain't playing, and most likely we're going to lose these games potentially. You know what I mean? Give the fan an option, bro. Because we're going to the games not just to see McCain, not just to see Tyrese Maxey. We're going to the games to see Joel Embiid healthy and dominate. And if anybody disagrees with me with that, you're capping, because we don't have a chance to win a championship without a healthy Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey is not 1A yet. Jared McCain was a rookie last year. The season ticket holders was because of Joel Embiid and, of course, Paul George. And that's another story for another day. I'm not even going to talk about Paul George. You know what I mean? But let me get to the comments before I go. Let me get to the comments before I get to Marcus Morris and what he said, because this is some bull crap, y'all. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. Trying to get to my first 400 subscribers on this channel. I cover the Phillies and the Sixers. But yeah, I'm frustrated, as y'all can see, because I'm tired of this bull crap, y'all. I'm tired of this. I'm not showing no type of mercy on, like, I'm going to be respectful on what I'm saying about these players, because at the end of the day, they're humans. At the end of the day, they're just millionaires, multi-millionaires. But at the same time, the front office let us down. Joel Embiid let us down. And I'm going to get into more details shortly. But let me get to the comments, man. Shout out to TuneIn Sports. Shout out to TY. Shout out to Rise Opinion. Shout out to Sweeney. The 76ers have gone downhill since they got rid of the franchise best player ever, Ben Simmons. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, why did he have to remind me about Ben Simmons? Now it's getting worse. I'm thinking about Joel Embiid and Paul George just a second ago, and now you just reminded me of Ben Simmons. Oh my gosh, I can't. Look, man, I'm not gonna let you get me that way. Rise Opinion don't matter. Shout out to you, brother, man. Appreciate you supporting me. And Rise Opinion don't matter. It does matter, my guy. It does matter. But let me get to the comments, man. Oh my gosh, I regret getting to that comment. That last comment I just read, I regret reading that comment. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. You know what I mean? Phillies are we 0-1? Phillies is up. Yes, go Phillies beating the Dodgers. I think that's what he meant by that. Shout out to Star Wars. I have two knocks. I have two knocks on Joel. He's injury prone. He chokes in big playoff games. Hey, listen, I can't debate you, eh? You're right. Look, I cannot debate you in that at all. But last playoffs, he did not choke against the Knicks. It's just you had Tobias Harris not doing nothing, and they just didn't have enough. The team wasn't good enough. Joel Embiid came out from meniscus surgery, and he was balling. And the only reason why they had a chance in that series against the Knicks was because of Joel Embiid and, of course, Tyrese Maxey. But he does choke more often than not. Let's keep it real. 76ers emojis are needed. Yeah, we need. I need to make. Once I get this channel monetized, I'm gonna try to do some customized emojis. Sixers should forfeit the rest of the season. They pretty much are. They're tanking for. They're trying to capture the flag. And B should have never went to. No comments on that. Ben said trade Embiid. Ben said trade Embiid, but y'all stuck with him. No, we not. We traded him. Hey, TuneIn Sports. We're trading Joel Embiid. We are trading Joel Embiid. Golden State Warriors is a perfect team for him. Yes, I think that's a great team for him. But it has to be a 4-team trade, though. A 3-team trade. 76ers will be the process for the next. No, we're not. No, we're not. We done with the process. After we trade Joel Embiid, I don't want to hear nothing about the process ever again. I'm done. I'm done with the process, bro. I'm done. Jokic could teach Embiid a thing or two. You ain't lying. The one thing he could teach him is be healthy and be more clutch. That's for one. That's for one. But I would say this. When they went head-to-head, I could debate that Joel Embiid outplayed him. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. It's a curse, Mike Sports. Yeah. It's something ain't right. It's your fault, Mike. I blame you. Why you got to blame me? What I do? What I do? Maxey can't be 1A. You ain't lying. Maxey cannot be 1A. I want Maxey out of Philadelphia. What? What? Hey, stop the cat, bro. Stop the cat.
The cat.
Stop the cat. We're not even going to play like that. We're not trading Tyrese Maxey, bro. We're not. Maxey's our best player right now. We're not trading Tyrese Maxey. Maxey's that bull. But let me get to what Marcus Morris said. Let me get to Mark, because this is why I blame Joel Embiid and his injury-prone self, because if Marcus Morris is correct on what he is saying, and I believe Marcus Morris Sr., I believe him. Let's get right to it. Listen, we're going to get right to it. We're not going to sugarcoat this live stream. We're going to keep it real on this live stream. Joel Embiid has to be traded ASAP. That's just the bottom line to it. It is what it is. And if you disagree, we're going to have to agree to disagree. And this is coming from a Sixer fan that loves Joel Embiid as a player, but the man ain't never healthy, man. We got to move on. Now, this is what Marcus Morris said. I'm not sure if he said this on First Take. I don't know. But let's read this article right here. We're going to really get into detail because we're going to talk that talk. Kai Carlin from Sixers Wire, he published this win April 4th. All right, so listen. Philadelphia 76ers star Joel Embiid is set to go undergo his second surgery on his knee in the last 14 months. That is so bad. 2 surgeries in 14 months is absolutely something. Somebody got to get fired, y'all. And somebody needs to be traded. Somebody has to get fired and somebody has to be traded. Joel Embiid has to get traded. Daryl Morey has to get fired. And Nick Nurse needs to get fired. And Elton Brand needs to get fired. Every freaking body has to get fired in the front office. Can I talk that talk?
Talk that talk.
You know what I'm saying? He has limited to just 19 games. I only want to read all that. I'm trying to get to the point of Marcus Morris. Let me get to the point of Marcus Morris. All right, so former Sixers Marcus Morris Sr. hopped on ESPN First Take, so it was on First Take, to give his thoughts on Embiid. And this is what Marcus Morris said about the whole Embiid situation, his opinion. And I believe in Marcus Morris Sr. And shout out to Marcus Morris Sr. He is from Philly. Shout out to him. I wish we would have kept him. But at least he got to play for the Sixers for a year at least. But let's get right to it, right? This is what he said. Marcus Morris, and I quote, "I don't think Joel is done," which I hope he ain't done. "I don't think that his story is finished." That's being very optimistic, and I hope he's right. Right? When you talk about the dynamics of the front office and the way Daryl Morey carries his superstars, he's not holding them accountable enough, right? With a question mark. Having 2 surgeries in 14 months. Yes, he's injured, but it's different things that you can switch, right? Being there, being in the locker room, I can tell you firsthand, Daryl Morey does not hold Joel Embiid accountable, right? You need guys around him to hold him accountable. Where's Jimmy Butler at? You traded him. That has to start up top. Injuries happen. Why do these injuries happen? Because the player or whoever it is doesn't have the guys holding on to listen. Okay. You need to be in the best shape. Your diet needs to be perfect. He's a guy that is 7'1", 280 pounds. His story is not yet finished. So I can't put him in that what if. I believe that his surgery, this 2 surgeries, actually wakes him up, right? I don't know about that. You gotta have people around him. You build the team a different way going into this offseason, and you focus on making sure his diet is perfect. When I was there, this is where it gets real crazy right here. When I was there, he didn't have anyone tell him day to day that this is what it takes to make sure that you stay on the court. Yes, he was super dominant, and I'm saying that because in the beginning, I talked about him being one of the most talented big men I ever seen, and that was him not in the best of shape. Oh, snap. That was him not really practicing. So he's not even practicing? What the AI said, practice. He said, so now we get a guy, we get his diet down, we get his weight down. I still think it's a chance that Joel Embiid, former MVP, gold medalist, 2-time scoring champ. He didn't say all that. I'm adding a lot to this. Story is not finished, and he still gives the 76ers a chance of winning the NBA championship. First and foremost, I want to clap for Morris to speak out. Like, I want to congratulate him for having the courage to speak out on Joel Embiid, because not many people are speaking out. There's numerous other players. Tyrese Maxey did call him out, so Tyrese Maxey is not in this conversation, right? Jimmy Butler would have held him accountable, but Jimmy Butler got traded, right? I congratulate Marcus for saying this, because this is not the first time we heard Joel Embiid not practicing. And why does the organization have to hold him accountable with his diet? Why does the organization have to hold him accountable for his weight and him going to practice? So I can look at this 2 different ways. Do you care enough about the game to be a champion, Joel Embiid? So I'm talking to Joel Embiid directly right now. Do you care about winning a championship? Do you care about the city of Philadelphia? Or let me be a little bit more broader. Do you care about the 76ers fan base to know that you are the best player on the team? The Sixers have no chance of winning a championship. That means you need to go pay a head chef to make sure you eat healthy. No McDonald's, no Wendy's, no Taco Bell, no KFC, none of these Chick-fil-A, none of them, Burger King, whatever you want to call, whatever fast food out there, Popeyes chicken and Chipotle, all of them. You don't need to eat none of them. You have enough money. You made almost $300 million in your career, just the salary alone. That's not including the sneaker deals and everything else that you got. On the court, you made $299 million. So you could afford a chef, bro. So that's on you. Yes, I would love to put it on the organization. But if you have that it factor and you care about the sport that much, the sport that made you a multi-millionaire, if you care about the sport that you love so much, the fans that spend their hard-earned money to go watch you play, if you care about the fans that much, you're telling me you can't go pay for a chef? I'm not blaming the organization for you not putting in the work. And let me go to Kobe Bryant real quick. RIP to one of the greatest players of all time. If you was playing on the Lakers and you was always hurt and you didn't take care of your body and you was overweight, Kobe Bryant would have got you off the team. Matter of fact, let's go to another great Laker. Magic Johnson would have got you off the team. Let's go past the Lakers. Let's go to the Boston Celtics. Larry Bird would have got you off the team. Let's go to another great player, Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time. Michael Jordan would have got you off the team. You got to put in the work. You got to want to win. You got to want to be an all-time great. But you got to put in the work. Yes, you're so talented, but talent does not alone. You got to have more than talent. You have to have the mindset. It's a mindset thing when it comes to taking your greatness to another level. Yes, you have the talent. Yes, you're one of the most unstoppable players when healthy. But at the same time, if you got multiple players saying that you have a eating problem, you have a weight problem, no disrespect to that. Some people need extra help. But you got the money to get a head chef. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the building. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm just ranting right now because I feel some type of way. Because people want to blame the organization. And yes, they need to be blamed somewhat. They can fine them. If you're overweight coming into the beginning of the season, you need to get a $100,000 fine right off the bat, bro. You had all off season to get in shape. You're telling me you're not in shape? $100,000 off your paycheck, bro. How about that? How about every game that you miss, a portion of your salary is going to be missing too? How about that? I guarantee he'll start working then. I guarantee he'll stay in shape then. Why is numerous players saying this about Joel Embiid? It has to be true. And this is what's frustrating. Now you got me questioning how bad he wants to win. How bad do you want to win? How bad do you want to win? That is an honest question. Embiid, I have never seen a center play like him in a Sixer, especially in a Sixer uniform. When I'm talking about the MVP season, right? 2 seasons in a row, amazing seasons. I have never seen a center play like that. I didn't get to see Moses Malone, so I can't go that far back. I didn't get to see Wilt Chamberlain. I can't go that far back. But the modern day center, oh my goodness, moments that Joel Embiid had, but you don't have the work ethic, bro. That's what it's coming down to. Shout out to Flea 12, shout out to LeBron Go, shout out to Ardell, shout out to everybody in the building. I just had to get that off my chest, y'all. I had to get that off my chest. I'm so over this bull crap, man. Every Sixer fan should feel some type of way that our superstar did not take the game serious enough. He didn't take forget the front office at this point. What about the fans that wear your jersey? What about the little kids, or people that wear, or just people in general that wear your jersey, that look up to you, that cheer for you, that want you to be great? But people can't want it more than you want it for yourself. Yes, Joel Embiid put in the work. He learned moves that a 7'1" player should not be able to do. And I like Joel. He watched Dirk Nowitzki. He watched Kareem. He watched the greatest centers of all time. He watched Kobe Bryant. He was doing some things like Kobe. I'm not saying he was Kobe, but that's just some of the footwork. You know what I mean? Just some of the fadeaway turnaround middies from it was amazing. Then he added the step back three. It was amazing. But what about the other stuff? You could learn all those fancy moves, but what about being in shape? That is a big deal to me, y'all, because you have the money. Listen, you're not a rookie on a rookie deal, and even a rookie deal, you'll have the money. Now, I ain't trying to count nobody's money, but I'm keeping it real right here, because Sixer fans deserve better than this. NBA fans deserve better than this, because not even just the Sixer fan base suffered from this. The whole NBA has suffered because you were the next man up when it came to the center position. It was you, Jokic. It was y'all two. There was no other centers. Towns was good, but Towns ain't up there with Joel Embiid when they going head to head. Like, Towns is good though, but he ain't Joel Embiid or Jokic. You know what I mean? He was the next man up. It was him and Jokic. We're not going to be able to see them go at it in the finals. Mainly because we're going to trade him to the West, and they're going to have to go against each other in the Western Conference Finals if he gets traded. He might retire. Who knows? But it's bullcrap, y'all. And I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated, man. All right, let me get to the comments. All right, shout out to Morris. Yeah, Morris he spoke his mind. Cavaliers are stop it. Y'all need LeBron. I wish we had LeBron, but not anymore at this point. I don't know if LeBron will come. Why would LeBron want to come to Philly at this point? Our organization is ran by people that don't know what the heck they're doing. Shout out to low-key trade Embiid for a ton of picks and young role players. I would love it. And PG-13 can't develop. Nah, man, PG-13 got to go. Embiid can't stay on the court. His knees are done. I agree with that. They won't get much for injury prone. That you ain't lying. But whatever they can get, like I said, it's gonna be 3 teams that's gonna want Joel. I got a feeling. For the highest bidder, whoever wants him, give me a first round pick and a solid role player. I don't care, bro. Get that contract out of Philly, bro. He's not a baby. He can't be babied. Thank you. He a grown man. He ain't 10 years old. I don't even treat my 10-year-old like a baby. Come on. AI didn't practice, so why shouldn't be? Man, AI was different, though. AI showed up, and B hasn't showed up. And B eats 3 cheesesteaks every week. You probably do. I don't know, bro. You forgot about LeBron would have traded Embiid. I don't know. I think LeBron would have pushed him. I think LeBron would have been more patient with him. But I'm talking about the ones with the like mindset like Kobe and Michael, dudes like that, Larry Bird, they would have got him off the team, bro. They would have got him. They would have got him off the team, bro. Like, there's no way they're going to tolerate that nonsense, bro. Trade Embiid for a bag of chips. Trade Embiid for anything at this point. And I'm expecting to see a trade rumors start to float around. We're going to start seeing it because there's tensions between the front office and Joel Embiid, which there should be. He loves video games. Yeah, he needs to stop playing them dang on video games and get on that dang on treadmill, or not even if you're not going to get on a treadmill so dang on much, you got to eat better, bro. Get you a top chef. Pay that top chef to cook you good meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you, instead of staying off the honey buns and the snacks, how about you go be like, yo, chef, cook me a snack, a healthy snack. Maybe you might have to go vegan. I don't know. The man got the money to do it, bro. The man got enough money to go get a head chef. Mike, I have a free floor seats tickets available. I want is 50. Nah, I don't even want to go to the game, bro. I am just overrated, and yeah, we've been losing. I have my jersey and be collecting dust in my closet. Yeah, I just wear Allen Iverson. You know, I miss AI, man. I miss AI. Town is now better. Yeah, now he's better than Joel Embiid. That's not a debate, bro. Every center in the NBA is better than Joel Embiid. Even Rudy is better than Joel Embiid. Everybody. You want to know why? Because Joel Embiid can't get on the floor. And look, and it's hard for me to even admit this. I said Rudy is better than Joel Embiid because he's not on the dang on court. Now, if he's on the court, that's a whole different story, y'all. There's a storm coming, and the name of the storm is Joel Embiid. There's a storm coming, y'all. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I am tired of it. Why should we have to deal with this nonsense, Sixer fans? We deserve so much better than this, y'all. We deserve so much better than this, Sixer fans. And we will. Like, I agree with Fleet 12. I agree with a lot of everybody, what they saying. And I agree with A. I agree with TY. I agree with Shane. I agree with Tune in Sports. But at the end of the day, y'all, we gotta move on from Joel Embiid. I said this freshman. Hold on, look at LeBron. Hold on. Towns is now better. Yeah, I got that. LeBron track record. Trust me, LeBron would have traded him, Mike. I've seen a lot of players traded for. Yeah, okay. I said this freshman year, people hated me for it. I said it would be Embiid's fault. Yeah, it is. It's more Embiid than the organization. You know what I mean? Why would Embiid say no to a contract extension? So I blame Embiid for not taking care of his body more. But I do agree with Embiid when he said no to the organization. I need surgery. I can't play no more. So I agree with that. But you being in shape and you trying to stay in shape, you got to get better, man. You got to get better. You can't just, you got to step your game up. Joel Embiid, he got AD out of here. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is true. I look like a genius now. Yeah, you just keeping it real, bro. And Shane, you was right the whole time. Joel Embiid got to go. Look, and this is coming from a guy that really loves Joel Embiid as a player, bro. But I got to admit to it. Now, I can't be fake. I got to keep it real. Know what I mean? Joel Embiid got to at some point exercise all season. You can't go but yeah, right. And I know there's a lot of people that got weight issues, they got weight losing issues. But dog, you're a professional athlete, bro. And you can pay people to help you, bro. You can pay for a physical trainer. You can pay you can get some good help, bro. And it starts with your diet. Because it don't matter how much you work out if your diet isn't the best. You know what I mean? So it's like it's so many different combinations of how we can look at this, man. It just sucks, bro. So no cap, I said. Yep. Like I said, the Sixers. Yeah, the Sixers are not good. Mike, I blame you for this situation. You blame me? Yo, I don't know how y'all be blaming me like that, man. Like, y'all be blaming me for the Sixers. All right, now listen. Now, let's talk about the Sixers, the record, and let's talk about Tankathon. We're going to do the Tankathon on this live stream, and we're going to see what we got, y'all. We're going to see what we got. So I'm done ranting about this craziness that, we got to trade Joel Embiid. He has to go. The man has to go. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. It is what it is. The man needs to go. All right, so let's start with the Sixers. All right, so the record. The Sixers got 5 games left. And the overall record is 23-54. And they're trying to, I think, get the fourth worst record in the NBA. If the Pelicans can win a couple of games, that will work. But I'm not getting my hopes up for that, bro. I'm not getting my hopes up for that. We just got to get the luck of the draw. We're probably going to be the 5th worst team. Hopefully the Nets keep winning, the Raptors keep winning, and we'll be the 5th worst team or whatever. You know what I mean? It is what it is at the end of the day. And hopefully the Pelicans can win. I will see. The Spurs, I ain't worried about the Spurs. All right, so for the Sixers schedule, we have the Timberwolves, the Heat, the Wizards. Hold up. Timberwolves tomorrow. The Heat on Monday. April 9th, we have the Wizards. April 11th, we have the Hawks. And April 13th, which is the last game of the season for the Sixers. And I cannot wait. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait till this season is over for the Sixers. I love the Sixers, but this season's been hard to watch. Last game is April 13th against the Bulls. So if we can lose all 3, we have a chance to get our pick, keeper pick. And let me put the Tankathon, website on it. We're going to see. Let's have fun with this little Tankathon. And hopefully we still good. Tankathon. And let's see who we draft. All right, so let me put it up on the screen. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Let me get to the comments. He said, are you a fan of yeah, Dikembe? Yes, RIP to him. He was on the team way back. Did you watch him play? Yeah, I love Mutombo. I love Mutombo. RIP to Mutombo. I did watch Mutombo. People, you could put Mutombo above him, Joel Embiid, but I'm not gonna really get into that when it comes to Mutombo. But I love Mutombo. He was shot blocking and waved his finger like, not in my house. I like that, man. Talking trash to the greats. He said, is Embiid in your top 5 Sixers of all time? I gotta really think it through. Because I'm taking into consideration of who I watched, but you got Wilt Chamberlain off the top of my head, Moses. All right, so Moses, Wilt, Irvin, AI. Maurice Cheeks, Charles. It's between Maurice Cheeks and Charles. So honestly, no, he's not top 5. He's not top 5. No, he's not. He's top 10, but he's not top 5. When I think of the list right now, because I got Maurice Cheeks up there, man. I got Maurice Cheeks up there, bro. All right, so let me put the article up real quick. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We cover the Sixers and the Phillies on this channel. Appreciate all the support, man. I really do. All right, let's put it up. All right, I got it on the screen. Make myself a little smaller. And if you want to see the Tankathon on the screen, get out of the vertical live stream and go to the horizontal live stream, and you'll see, and you'll get the special effects and all of that. I'm about to talk my talk.
Talk that talk.
Right now, when I go to tankathon.com, right? When I go to tankathon.com, they have the Sixers with the 5th spot, and they drafted Kasparas Jakusianis. If I jacked his name up, my bad. I know I jacked his name up. So we drafted him, point guard / shooting guard, 6'6", averaged 16 points out of Illinois. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. I don't know too much about him, so I'm not going to say anything about it, but we'll see what happens with that. Kaman Maluach is going to the Nets at 6. Ace Bailey's going to the Hornets at 3. Dylan Harper's going to the Wizards, at 2. And that's why I say the Wizards, it's not a guarantee the Wizards going to get the first overall pick. You know what I mean? They got the Jazz with the first pick, and they drafted Cooper Flagg. Harper goes 2. Ace Bailey goes 3. So let me do the sim lottery again and see how it all works out. Shout out to everybody in the building. The Sixers are out of it, man. The Sixers are out of it. They got the 8th spot, man. It's some bull crap, man. So, it ain't good. I'm doing it again. The Sixers are still out of it. They got the 8th spot. Oh, my goodness. If this happens, oh, my gosh. Let me do it again. Oh, my gosh. That's 3 times in a row. That is 3 times in a row. I did the sim lottery, and we're out of it, bro. We're the 8th spot. Wow. All right, that's not good. I just did it again. I guess fourth is the charm, right? And we got the second overall pick, and we drafted Dylan Harper. My guy A said he compares him to Jaylen Brown. And if that's what people are comparing him to, and he has anything like Jaylen Brown, they better not pass on Dylan Harper. They better draft Dylan Harper. You know what I mean? They better draft Dylan Harper. You better not skip over Dylan Harper. That's just my opinion. What else? Let me get to the comments. I want to see PG 100% healthy if he's good still. Nah, I want PG to be traded, bro. I'm hitting you with the nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Nah. Paul George got to go too. Paul George has to go, bro. He has to go, bro. I'm sorry, but not sorry. He has to go. I can't take it no more, bro. Can't take it no more. Just cut your ties with PG. The idea was to have Embiid, Maxey, and him on the floor. But if y'all comfortable with another season with him, with or without Embiid, go for it. Nah, we getting rid of him, bro. AI best Sixer of all time. That's a debate. He my GOAT. You know what I mean? I didn't get to see the other GOATs. You know what I mean? If I had to put the history in it, if I really think about it, I'm gonna probably go Dr. J. And Dr. J. or Wilt Chamberlain. I think I'm gonna go one of them. The 76ers should have traded him. Yup. Actually, the MVP season, they should have traded him, bro. Malik, you're so right. You're so right. They should have traded him after the MVP season. Look, everybody that says, oh, why would they do that after MVP? Bro, the dang on Mavericks, which was a mistake. It was a big mistake. But if it would have worked out for the Mavericks, they would be one of the best teams in the West. So, honestly, it doesn't really, I don't want to say it's a big mistake because if it worked out, they would have been better than the Lakers. They debatably could have been a top 2, top 3 seed in the West if you had Kyrie Irving healthy and Anthony Davis healthy. I understand Anthony Davis is injury prone, but when Anthony Davis is healthy, he's one of the best centers in the game / power forwards in the game, hands down. And Kyrie Irving is one of the best point guards, shooting guards in the game, hands down. Nobody has better handle than him. He debatably has the best handle in NBA history. Debatably. And people are going to probably say other guys. But Kyrie Irving is one of the best at breaking dudes down off the dribble. He's a very underrated facilitator of the basketball. He can shoot the three. He can shoot the midi. He's clutch. A great point guard. A great player. So they got a really good team. Honestly, it's just injuries. But if Luka could be traded, anybody could be traded. That's my point. If Luka can be traded, then Joel Embiid could have been traded because Luka's better than Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? I know it's different, you know what I mean, positions, but I'm talking about career-wise, longevity-wise. Luka's going to be better. If he's not better now, well, he's definitely better now. If you're talking about accolades, I think he's better. Just my opinion. I am happy with the Sixers. Are so fun at tanking. Yeah, we gotta stop this tanking, man. After this season, we ain't tanking, bro. And the Sixers will make the playoffs next season. Sixers are the best thing to be happy about. Yeah, this draft, if we can get our pick. But that's all I got to say, man. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night, a wonderful weekend. I had to get that off my chest, man. Thank you for everybody that's been tuned in. And I appreciate all y'all support. And yeah, so this is what we got to go through for the rest of the season. We tanking 5 more games. Joel Embiid is going to request a trade. I can see it. I can see it, man. And yes, the organization has to be blamed for certain things, but they cannot be blamed for everything. Joel Embiid cannot be babied. Joel Embiid's a grown man. Joel Embiid needs to take accountability. We got to hold these dudes accountable, bro. We not going to baby these players. Shout out to my boy Eric in the building, man. We going to hold these dudes accountable, man. You know what I mean? We're going to hold these dudes accountable. We're not going to just let the front office be the only people to be blamed for the reason why Joel Embiid career hasn't been as good as it could have been. It's pretty darn good for him to win MVP and all that, but it could be so much better if Joel Embiid was healthy. And the reason why Joel Embiid is not healthy, anything can happen, injuries happen, but part of being injured so much is not being in shape. You can't get in basketball shape by just playing the game in regular season. That's just not how it works. Sometimes it can happen, but for a guy that's 7'1", 280 pounds, a center that's injury prone, you're not the guy to do that, bro. You got to take accountability and do what you have to do, meaning you got to get healthy. You got to be in shape and you got to be healthy, bro. And I think the perfect team, I'm going to say it again, is the Warriors. The Warriors is the perfect team. Are you going live for the Final Four? I'll probably go live tomorrow for the Final Four. I'm not 100% sure. It depends on the family. My son has a soccer game tomorrow. I don't know what time that the game starts. If it's a later game, I could possibly do it, but we shall see. Yeah. Peace out, A. Peace out, everybody. Are the Phillies winning? Hold on. Let me see if the Phillies are winning real quick. Let me see if the Phillies are winning real quick before I get off this live stream, because you know I'm a diehard Phillies fan. Talk that talk, Skull. You know the vibes, bro. How are the Phillies doing? And the Phillies are winning still 1-0. And let me say this, man. They have it on Apple TV, so I couldn't watch it. I'm not paying for a subscription for Apple TV. I don't know why they got it on Apple TV, but it's debatably two of the best teams in the NL. Definitely the Dodgers. They're the defending champions, so I understand. It sucks for, you know what I mean, for me, you know what I mean? I would love to go live and cover the game for y'all, but we're at the top of the 7th inning right now, and the Phillies are winning, and I am so happy. Who is pitching for the Phillies? Who is pitching for the Phillies? Luzardo! Luzardo! Let's go! Let's go! And shout out to my guy A. I gotta call out A, specifically A. If you're still in the chat, A, I gotta give you credit when credit is due, bro. My bull A, I said, why ain't Bull pitching? And he was like, give him a chance. Give Luzardo a chance. And that man pitched a great game. That man pitched a great game last time he was out. Now look what he's doing. The Phillies need to trade Aaronola for some hitting, bro. That's my hot take. I might have to go live and talk about that sometime. They need to trade Aaronola if they could trade him for a center fielder not named Rojas. Yo, we gotta replace Rojas, bro. Give me a center fielder that could get on the dang on bases, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to say about that. You feel me? Yeah, they got Brandon Marsh playing center field. They got Nick Castellanos playing right field. Left field is Max Kepler. Okay. Rojas just look. So who got the RBI? Who got the RBI? It doesn't say who got the RBI. It says hit. So Trey Turner got a hit. Nick Castellanos had a hit, and JT got a hit. So that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. But shout out to everybody in the building. I'm getting off. And again, God bless. Peace out. Now I'm hitting y'all. Everyone that said go Birds, nah, bruh. We ain't gonna do that, bruh.
Nah.
UNTY. Y'all get the nah, bruh.
Nah, bruh. Nah.
All right, y'all. Peace out, y'all. I'm out.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man. Yeah. They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.